Coming up on Metrofile this week, a woman of many firsts, Chief Mrs. Olutoyin Olakunri, first female chartered accountant in Africa, is the latest octogenarian. The Chartered Institute of Arbitrators Nigeria rounds off their annual conference with a white-themed gala.
100! Woo! Round of applause!
Also on the show, they are not only big, strong and reliable, they are also the simplest smarter bank. That's Union Bank of Nigeria PLC, as they celebrate 100 years of quality service delivery. Another fun way to begin your weekend, you already know what it is. It is Metrofile coming to you on your award-winning station, Channels Television. A warm welcome to the show, and let's get right into it. But first, that's our sensitive viewers, kindly watch out for flash photography. I'm Ogichukwu, so welcome to the show. All right, Chief Mrs. Olutoyin Olakunri, the first female chartered accountant in Africa, is the latest octogenarian, and here is how she's celebrated.
The St. Paul's Anglican Church, Breadfruit, Lagos, is where the Olakunri family chose to kick off the special 80th birthday celebration of their mother, Chief Mrs. Olutoyin Olakunri. Chief Mrs. Olakunri, the first female chartered accountant in Africa, has come with her husband, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, Elder Simeon Olakunri, and the entire family to thank God for his faithfulness. The governor of Ogun State, the home state of the celebrant, Governor Ibikunle Amosun, is here. The chairman of FCMB, Otumba Shubumi Balogun, and his wife are also here, as well as other personalities who have come to honor the celebrant with their presence in a service officiated by the retired Lord Bishop of the Lokoja Anglican Diocese, Right Reverend George Bako.
We thank God that in her steadfastness, God had endowed her with faculties that are necessary for her to live a simple life, unassuming, but challenging and profitable life.
And it's time for the special Thanksgiving. It's her day, and the congregation made it extra special. Indeed, it was an awesome time in the presence of the Lord for the celebrant, as they wrap up what they describe as the perfect way to start the day. But the celebration did not end here. The social part of the occasion starts off right away. Immediately they settled in. Some of the guests started dancing with the celebrant. Very important guests showed up at the reception to make the day extra special for her. The governor of Ogun State, Ibikunle Amosun, is here, this time with his wife, Dr. Mrs. Olufunsho Amosun. The doyen of accounting in Nigeria, Chief Akintola Williams. Legal icon, Chief Christopher Ogunbanjo. Former governor of Ekiti State, Otumba Niyi Adebayo, and wife, Angela. Former deputy governor of Lagos State, Mrs. Sarah Shoson. The CEO of STB McCann and Associates, Sir Steve Omojafo. Chairman and Vice Chairman of the Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo and Mrs. Shola Momo. The Chairman of UBA, Mr. Tony Elumelu. Publisher of This Day newspaper, Chief Unduka Obaigbena. Former First Lady of Lagos State, Mrs. Abimbola Fashola. Former Lagos State PDP governorship aspirant, Mr. Jimmy Agbaje and wife, Biola. Prominent businesswoman, Chief Mrs. Bola Shagaya. The publisher of Guardian newspaper, Mrs. Maiden Ibru. Former MD CEO of the defunct Oceanic Bank, Mrs. Cecilia Ibru. Ngboni Dane of Agboland, Chief Mrs. Henrietta Adriebon Egbari. And Managing Director of Guarantee Trust Bank, PLC, Mr. Segun Agbaje, who is a son-in-law to the celebrant. Others are the chairman of Skymeet Motors, Mr. Tayo Ayeni, the president of Nasima, Chief John Odeyemi, and wife, advertising guru, Mr. Dele Adetiba, chairman of the Special Olympics Board, Mr. Bolade Oshibodu, Ogun State Commissioner for Commerce and Industries, Otumba Bimbo Ashiru, the group managing director, CMC Connect Limited, Mr. Yomi Badijo Ogunsoya, and wife, Oyinkosola, and other important guests. The celebrant steps forward to cut her cake.
The lovely woman. She's so versatile. She has a large heart. And I just give God the glory on behalf of my mother. My prayer is that Almighty God will continue to bless her, continue to increase her, grant her good health, and that she will reap the fruit of her labor.
She's like a sister, a senior sister that I didn't have. We are very close. Though she's just a few months older than me. But I look up to her as if she's my senior sister. And she's kind and nice to my daughter. He has the best in-law, mother-in-law any girl could ask for.
Mama is wonderful. We pray to be like her when we all grow up. I wish her the best in the next years to come in good health. And she's a wonderful, she's an inspiration to all of us.
The governor of Ogun State is full of praise for her on this special day.
Many people do not know that Mama is proud daughter of Ogun State, Abeokuta in particular. Mama is from Bagura, and that's why today I am happy, I am thrilled that one of the Ogun Standard icons, one of those that we run around there and say we are Ogun State, is celebrating her 80th birthday.
Her husband, Elder Simeon Olakunri, chose to sing a song to God in appreciation for his wife. A woman of many firsts, the excited celebrant counts her blessings.
I've done a lot work-wise. I've raised 7 children, and it has been easy. But then I had a lot of determination that I wanted to achieve success. I wanted to do the best I can. I did not believe there were any limitations for me.
The floor is now opened and everyone joins the celebrant on the dance floor. Even her grandchildren were not left out. Born in Lagos in 1937, the matriarch had her primary education in Nigeria. However, her secondary school and tertiary education were completed in England, the United Kingdom. She qualified as a member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of England and Wales in February 1963. Being then the only female to have such qualification in Nigeria and Africa, she was the only female founding member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria when it became chartered in 1965. As she celebrates, we wish her a happy birthday.
A woman of class, obviously aging gracefully, and we wish her many more years to celebrate.